Now, there are common threads that link golfers who duff their irons, and today we're going to explore those and try and get you melting your iron shots. Firstly, to achieve a successful iron strike, we want to be hitting the ball first and then the turf afterwards. This is all about moving the low point of the swing after the golf ball. But what is low point? So, in a golf swing, the club will travel around the body in a roughly circular motion. It's not exact, but for this video and in your mind, you can think of it as such. Now, every circle has a swing center, and that's located here, right in the middle of the chest. Now, if you think about this circle going around the body, if I get my chest on top of the golf ball, or even slightly ahead, the bottom of that arc, the bottom of that circle, is going to be after the ball. Therefore, low point will be after the ball, and then I can hit the ball and then the turf. Now, why am I inflicting this upon you? Well, it is something, oh my God, go in. Oh, for once in your life. It is something which all good ball strikers do. They manage to move swing center, they manage to transfer weight, they manage to cover the ball at impact. The first thing we're going to look at is weight transfer, because in any hitting motion, there is a movement of weight backwards and forwards. And without that, we're not going to be able to control or shift swing center. Now, the golf swing is slightly more complicated because it involves body rotations as well. What a lot of golfers struggle with is the feeling or the mistrust, I would say, of swaying back and swaying through. Now, we want to transfer weight, but we don't want this type of motion. And that's where adding the turns really comes into effect. A simple way of thinking about this is that you want to transfer your weight into your right foot without allowing your knee to move beyond. So, turn into the right side and transfer that weight without making this type of motion. So turn, transfer, and on the way through, transfer, turn. So we turn and transfer, and then we transfer and turn. Oh my God, actually I might get his eyes back in the bag, you know. It's melting it. A classic action for this, and I have done videos on this before, but it's a great reminder, is if you stand side on in your golf posture as though you're about to hit a shot, but then take the ball in your dominant lower hand. And the feeling that we're going to have is that we're just skimming a stone. Now notice that I turn back and I turn through, and there's an automatic transfer of that weight towards target. So it's back and it's through, and it's the feeling of skimming that stone. It really does bring so many of the golfing movements into a fresh perspective. So it's a really, really good way of getting those feelings that you want. If you want to be able to visualize this, or you want to be able to record and check, using a camera from this face-on angle is a great way to go about it. And there is a drill from me and my golfing peers and Andy, which encapsulates this beautifully. So if you imagine a really good ball striker in their posture position, I'm just going to stick a line here from just outside my left heel and get it moving up my left side. As I turn and transfer away from the ball, there will be that gap in between my left side and that line. What I want to do at impact is close that gap. The gap is closed. The way is shut. The way is shut. If you want a physical manifestation of that visualization, you can take a golf bag or a chair, or an object that you can just place outside your left leg. So I'm going to get into my setup position. I'm going to move the bag here just outside my left heel. And as I come through the ball, what I want to do is I want to move into the bag. So it's just a real feedback drill of how you can actually transfer your weight. If you hit the ball before you bump into the bag, then you'll know that you've not moved onto your left side. Oh my God, that's so, so good. Every now and again, I am not a golfer. So all of that information absolutely fantastic, if I say so myself, but you know, I am standing upon the shoulders of better coaches who've come up with this. The one disadvantage that I do often see is if you're trying to hit down a little bit more, even if you do have this lovely transfer, even if you turn it back and through and it's all hunky-dory, an issue that golfers have is as they try and strike down, the club will move out and over the top in an effort to get steep onto the golf ball. A way to see if you're doing this is just getting a head cover, placing it on the outside of the golf ball like so, and if you move into impact here in a steep way, you're going to hit the head cover. So it's the same process, it's the same feelings of the turn and the shift, of closing the gap, of bumping into the bag. But what we want to do is get the club moving in a more shallow manner like this, rather than a steep manner like this. Because it's perfectly possible to hit down on the ball and to get the arc after impact. But if you come in here, the ball's just going to shoot low and left. So guys, hopefully you have found this information useful and you can go away and practice on these things. So guys, a huge thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do. We are almost at 100,000 subscribers. In fact, we might already be there, so it'd be great to have you as part of the next 100,000. If you do want to continue your swing quest as well and check out more videos, how about these here? Improve your irons even further.